Hello, dear friends. Welcome to ZENPod once again. Gives me delight to welcome Miss Belaa Sanghvi to the studios. Belaa Sanghvi is an Indian handloom evangelist and a revivalist. Her work has been showcased in 23 countries, 40 years of experience in the handloom revival industry, and she has 43 handcraft techniques that has been brought to life. Belaa's extensive career has been spent working on the revival of handloom, handcrafted, and khadi techniques both in India and abroad. Over the years, her collections have been displayed across multiple countries, including the Los Angeles County Museum of Modern Art and Kunst Museum in Basal. Belaa has also addressed various industry conferences that include the UNESCO, the Color Congress, and Indigo, among other conferences on patola, ikat, brocade, and natural dyes. Belaa is truly an artist rooted in Vedic traditions and Sanatan traditions, approached from today's angle. Her passion to bring handloom to the forefront and empower weavers and craftsmen to improve their per piece earning and their lifestyle is the hallmark of her personality. Belaa has expressed herself via her textile murals that support over 450 craftsmen who are together on a project need base. Her design studio, Purnakala, has a vision to revive antiquated handloom saris. Purnakala aims to re engineer handloom technology and design in handlooms and handicrafts to study ergonomics of weaving. As a lifelong chronicler of textiles, textile arts, and handicrafts, Belaa began her journey at a very young age at her father's factory. She was introduced to weaving and operating in different looms. She also provides inputs in the weave of different fabrics. Over the years, her work with artisans has allowed her to generate employment and give them the freedom to enjoy the craft. Belaa has also been instrumental in imparting several trainings on modern innovations that improve the quality of their workmanship. Presently, Belaa is working on a book to document all her years of research in various textiles techniques in India. Belaa also spends a considerable amount of her time in teaching assignments, designing and executing projects, and offering consultation on business reengineering and product design workshops. Belaa's mission is to ensure handloom, handicrafts, and khadi are given industry status. Belaa has got a twofold goal: one, to revive the traditional textiles, and second, to bring in economic sustainability in the lives of the traditional artisans. Let's welcome Belaa to ZenPod and join her on the journey to understand more about the embroidery techniques in handloom and khadi. Hello, dear friends. Welcome to ZenPod once again. I have Ms. Belaa Sanghvi with me, an absolutely astute and passionate designer who has spent the last 4 decades bringing out, or I would say, giving birth to children in the form of designs that are absolutely inspiring and jaw-dropping. I've seen some of them. She's on LinkedIn and Facebook. I've seen some of them. She talks about them with as much passion as a mother would talk about her baby. So without much ado, we will jump into the podcast right away. And I want to welcome Belaa to this conversation. Belaa, please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And it's an honor to be on this platform. Thank you.
Thank you. Belaa, my first question: how do you define spirituality?
I don't define spirituality at all. I just follow. I don't think I'm intelligent enough to even define myself. I forget about spirituality. So I'm still looking for myself. And I just reached home, but I'm still looking for myself. So I just follow. And it's such a beautiful feeling to follow.
Interesting. I've never heard this answer. Very, very interesting. And I'm surprised you say this because I see the intervention of spirituality in some of your designs, which is why I asked this question. So
no. There is a lot of faith in Sanatan Dharma. There's no denying that. But at the same time, I'm not defined by it. I do have a guru. I do follow him blindly.
Wow.
but at the same time, not what you call without understanding. And if I don't understand, my guru makes sure that I understand,
Nice.
so that I follow in such a way that what is good for me. And that what is good for me is not for today, it's for long term. And by the time I realize it, I realize what a blessing he is.
Wow.
What a blessing. So I do believe in Sanatan Dharma, and I am highly, and as I'm growing deeper into it, I am highly impressed by the concepts.
Yes.
And I'm just now beginning to talk about these concepts so that I can discuss with people and learn more. It's not about showing off that this is what I've understood, but the reason why one wants to discuss more is so that I understand the other side and I appreciate the other side.
Awesome. Awesome. Beautiful.
So from this angle, I do believe that a lot of my work is done in terms of offering to God, or
Yeah.
Mrs. Kukul Jaikar is my guru in of textiles.
Okay.
So whenever I see it from that angle, whether she like it or not, or what will she do in this situation, or how would she utilize the same situation. And I have not known her for a long time. I have known her for a short time, and by that time she had already left the work in this field. And yet she would see me. We have probably met about 10 times and not more. But she was the one who introduced me to the Weavers Service Center.
Wow.
And I have not seen this in any government office where there will be a line to touch feet of Mrs. Kukul Jaikar.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And what reverence. And once she said that they are supposed to train me into this, there was a whole red carpet treatment. And Mr. Gautam Vaghela and his whole team took me under their wing. Gautam Vaghela, he was the director for the Weavers Service Center then. Can you imagine the director touching her feet and saying that, yes, ma'am, I'll do whatever you want me to. If you feel that she has the potential, she must be having the potential. I will follow it up. And he actually took me under his wing. He allowed me to see all the samples. He allowed me to actually go through the library, and what a library it was.
Really, really.
And it was absolutely an amazing experience.
Nice.
And I think that is where my journey has started.
Okay.
Unfortunately, today, there are no other people that I see who are guiding people like that.
Right, right.
With practicality and not just, ye kar lo. No, not that kind. I would take the samples which I have created with a lot of pride, and within first 10 sentences, she'll break it down in such a way that I know where I have gone wrong. And that is what has helped me tremendously in this journey.
Very nice.
And fortunately for me, I have noted down most of her suggestions. So I actually have a checklist.
Good.
Is this correct? Is this correct? Is this the way it should be? So that I try to ensure that whatever we create are created for generations to come. And recently, I've also posted it on FB. Recently, there was this girl who got a panetar done for her, just like her dadi, because her dadi's panetar is what she wanted to wear. But that went to the son's wife.
Okay.
So then she also wanted. So we made her an identical piece with some changes for her. And we made, so this is the fourth generation coming to us now.
My goodness.
And they still have the pieces or appreciate the pieces that we have created for them. So to me, it is the whole credit goes to Pupulji.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's talk about your journey post that and the evolution of Miss Belaa Sanghvi as we see her today.
Actually, it was by chance. Everything in my life has happened by chance.
I'm laughing you're saying this because you've achieved so much.
No, everything. No, trust me when I say this, and it's not about modesty. By chance, I went to Washington, D.C.
Okay.
By chance, I saw the Mughal collection over there. By chance, I got fascinated because I'm coming from a family who manufacture weaving machineries.
Right.
So weaving is part of my blood. So that coming in front of me and me getting so enamored by it that I literally gave up something else for which I was getting trained for.
Mhm.
And there was nothing here. I mean, when I came back to India, I didn't find any karigars.
Oh.
So first 2 years, so I was just doing research
Okay.
about the textile, Ashawal textiles.
Okay.
And it was just, I was sitting in the museum library, going through the books and looking at Ashawal textile photographs.
Okay.
But not finding the karigars. So I almost give up and I joined my father's office.
Okay.
And suddenly 2 weavers come in front of me by chance who want to modernize but who are practicing Ashawal.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And trust me, at every point, it has been like this, where it has been a chance. It's not something where I have planned that, I will do this after some time. Once they come, I told them, no, I'm not selling machines. I will, come to your place and we will start working on whatever that we are doing. And that's how the journey started.
Wow.
Now I'm dyslexic. And because I'm dyslexic, I need something new to inspire me. Whereas when the weaving happens, you don't have a choice, but it's a slow process.
Correct.
So the weavers are working. Punjiram Kaka was his name. I still remember, and his son. So they were doing their own work. Technologically, whatever needed to be changed, I changed. So after that, I was just twiddling my toes while they are working. So, then I said, what am I doing here? They are doing whatever they are supposed to do. I'm not required here because the technological changes has been done. Now I just have to make sure that they weave properly. Correct. For that, I'm not required.
Right.
So I started looking around what else was available, and hence Pattern Patola came in front of me. So both the processes started together for me.
Okay.
Actual in Pattern Patola also literally 1.5 weaver was left. So it was like there was a lot of challenge, and it was because it is challenging, I find it more interesting. Awesome. So that's how this whole journey. And then today we have completed 56 handloom techniques.
Oh my goodness.
43 handicraft techniques and 4 khadi techniques.
Wow.
So it has been a different journey, and it has just come my way. I have not planned any of these things. Things have just, I'm in the right place at the right time. I have never asked for a government project. And I was addressing UNESCO's, brocade conference in Laos.
Lovely.
And, people had maybe 1 weave or 1.5 weave or maximum 2 weaves from their countries in brocade. I had 36 weaves and I still felt that I was not representing India enough.
Oh my goodness.
And that is seen by, that presentation is seen by somebody from the government of India who's also come for the same conference. And she loved it so much that till today we are good friends. And she is the one who kept on calling me, come to Delhi. I want to talk to you to give you some work. And I thought, government ke saath kya kaam kar? That kind of a thing. And that's how the relation. And when I went, she was quite upset that I didn't go for so many months together. And that's how I got my first government, what you call, project. And then, of course, we did many, many projects in almost all over India. And it has been a very interesting
Very nice.
journey, very, very
Nice.
inspiring journey for me. That not even one area is left where I have not worked all over India.
Brilliant.
So that has been really nice to.
Good. And I always say this: good things happen to people who are nice, and you are one of them. So it will. You are one of your avatars, and we're going to talk about it a little later in the show. You are an author. Otherwise, I would have offered to write a book on you.
Oh, sweet. I'm not an author. Hello.
You are.
I just talk about handloom, handicrafts, and khadi.
Right.
Nothing else.
I can weave such a beautiful story about handlooms, handicrafts, and khadi, and have, maybe weak, but have you as the strongest line cutting across horizontally among all three, so that your design is also satisfied. It's really brilliant. We'll talk about that.
That's very important. That's very. See, the reason why I'm writing the book is so that I can create markets for the country.
Absolutely.
And whatever I have learned.
Also, Belaa, there is so much knowledge sitting with you. It must be captured.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
I do believe that. Today,
legacy.
Yeah. I do believe that. And I'm ready to share. But at the same time, the way people project it, the reason why I started my project was because somebody wrote one article on my work, and without doing much research. And it was very complimentary, but there was no truth in it. So I realized that I am misunderstood in so many different ways. And I'm not just, Belaa Sanghvi got featured here.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in all that. The karigar has to be celebrated.
Yeah,
so that's when this kida came into my mind, that I think we need to present it in the right manner.
Very nice.
And that's how this whole, almost like 18 years I've been writing the book.
Wow.
And it's still not satisfying me.
Wow.
And there is a whole big journey, because it's almost like 5 volumes. And that whole big journey of finding a publisher who will be able to invest in the actual photographing of the technologies.
Correct.
So it's been, and that publisher has to reach the right kind of museums, the right kind of fashion institutes, so that we can create markets for the karigars.
Absolutely.
This is not about, I have so much of knowledge, so I'm downloading.
Yeah,
the downloading is for the karigars to benefit out of it.
Correct. Absolutely agree.
So the buyers understand what they're buying. The sellers understand what they are selling.
Correct.
The weavers understand the USP of their own weaves.
Designs, weaves.
So, I mean, there's an amazing amount of depth in this, and I don't know who will be interested in the depth. Today, everyone wants a 20 minutes clip.
Yes.
And they don't want to read encyclopedias. And I want to create an encyclopedia of weaves.
Belaa, you should actually approach Netflix or Amazon.
I would like that. I don't know how to do all this. I'm an angutha chap in all this.
No. We'll talk offline, because maybe they can do a documentary, because there is so much, and it can reach millions, right? That's my idea. It can reach millions. We'll see.
And the right kind of people can benefit out of it.
Absolutely. We'll talk about it. Let's talk about I don't know whether to call it a baby. It's no longer a baby. It's grown into a full-blown adult now. The Belaa Sanghvi designs. So, two things. One, I want to know how did this idea come about, and two,
Just no idea.
how did you go about building this institution?
As I told you, it just got built and it's on. Everyone kept on coming. See, I started with Avartan. There was this company I started with a company called Avartan. And, people started copying that. So instead of Avartan, I asked my guru, what name should I use? So he, fortunately for me, suggested Purnakala.
Oh, okay, nice name.
Yeah. So Purnakala got established. After that, we realized that everything was becoming hodgepodge. Like Avartan was doing everything, Purnakala was doing everything, and our consultancy work was also doing everything. So then I started another company called Navanidhi Design Solutions Private Limited, only for consultancy work and design and business re-engineering in this sector. So there is no overlap. So another team got developed.
Oh, okay.
And so there were already 3 teams, and we started getting lots of orders for murals, the textile murals that I do. So while I was doing that, another team got developed. So there were 4 teams and people were getting confused that who are you?
Yeah.
You are Purnakala, you are Belaa Sanghvi, you are Avartan, you are Navanidhi Design Solutions Private Limited. Who are we talking to? So then we all got together and we realized that we need one heading.
One umbrella.
One umbrella. So Belaa Sanghvi Designs kind of got developed, I should say. It was not planned at all. And it just, I think, as in my life, everything has just developed on its own. Without any struggle, without any, what you call, we need to do this. No, it has just come to us.
Very nice, very nice.
Probably that is my path and that is my team's path.
Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
4 decades in the textile industry. And you're probably the most qualified to speak. How has the whole industry evolved or changed, Belaji?
It has not changed, unfortunately.
Really?
Except no. The change is not always good.
Okay. No. Sorry. Maybe I wanted to ask, maybe I should say, how has it progressed enough? And so that's what I meant.
No, it has not progressed enough.
Yeah, that's what.
Wherever it has progressed, progress is also not always good.
Agreed.
See, what happens is when I started actually, the revival word actually was tagged with, revival has been happening since centuries.
Correct.
The Belaa Sanghvi is not the one who, but people started using the word revival with my work.
Okay.
Because I was working with very, what you call rare techniques.
Correct.
Lots of people had not even heard of Ashawal in the beginning, except some Gujaratis, and that also from the right kind of families. They had not even heard of Asha. So the word started getting applied to me. And today, that word has no meaning. Every Tom, Dick and Harry is singing. They are doing revival. What is revival?
Yeah.
And just taking one design from one area and utilizing it in another area or even in the same area. Is that revival?
No.
There is a depth which I believe is lacking. And the kind of depth that, Pupulji has written many things, but there is one particular book that she's written where she's only talking about the spinning of cotton.
Okay.
The whole book has samples of plain cotton.
Wow.
There are 8 volumes.
Oof.
It's known as Jaikar's volume. Now, there are in all eight, all she is talking about is treatment of cotton yarn
Okay.
and the variations of it and actual samples there of what would be the result if you do this.
Okay. Okay.
If she had not done anything in her life and just this book, she would have achieved her goal in life.
My goodness.
It's that kind of depth.
So it's like a guide. It's like a
Oh, guide is a small word.
really,
Guide itself is a small word.
really.
It's like beyond encyclopedia.
Wow.
And what amazing details that she has given.
Yeah. This is what.
Now, from that, revival word is being utilized for just reviving a small little motif. So, I don't appreciate this change, but I do appreciate some serious work being done by others also.
Correct. Correct.
And hats off to them.
Yeah. Good.
That they are able to, in this area where they don't even understand, or the consumer don't even understand plain weaves. Forget about complex weaves.
Yeah.
They are doing such good work.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. People know you as Belaa Sanghvi, and if you dig a little deeper, you suddenly discover there are. So you, before the conversation, you said you wanted 10 hands, and I'm saying you are 5 avatars already, right? So we have Belaa the revivalist, we have Belaa the designer, we have Belaa the consultant, the artist, and the international author. Tell us more about some of these. Tell us some interesting tidbits.
All this has got developed on its own. You know,
You're very humble.
no, it's not. It's the truth. It's the truth that it's not. It just grew out of the need more than actually wanting to do that. There is a need for each and every role today.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I believe that even if there are 100 Belaa Sanghvis, the area is so vast that it's not enough.
That is true.
And I'm not saying it out of I did it or something like that. I'm saying it with humbleness that there is so much to do, and there is not enough. One lifetime is not enough. I am developing assistants who can go beyond me. But unfortunately, today, there are no takers for them. There are no, the consumer doesn't have the depth to understand. When I'm saying that the Patan Patola is being sold at 1 lakh rupees in the market, and we start at around 1.5, there must be something
in that. Correct.
In that.
Correct.
And unfortunately, most of them, they don't even understand what are we offering in that extra money. It's not that Belaa Sanghvi needs money out of this, but there is something which is extra given, which generations will be. I mean, I've actually named the next project, not the next project, it's already on. It's known as Future Antiques. And it's not out of arrogance we are saying this. We are, actually working with amazingly skilled karigars who are able to do amazing quality of work. Say, for example, in Paithani, we are creating some very, very rare designs, which, normally in a Paithani, it would have about 20 knots for one weft at the most. Whereas now, we are working on a project where per weft, there are 120 knots.
Oh my God.
Can you see the scale?
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then we are considered very expensive. But hello, 20 knots and 120 knots. What are you getting? But that very, very few people have that understanding.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and I'm trying to develop this understanding for the consumer via writing this book also.
Yeah. And that is so true. I work with people. So at home, I have somebody who does handmade jewelry and artisans. I'm a big fan of handmade artisan stuff. And the reason for that is because, people don't appreciate the fact that it probably takes, I don't know, I may be wrong, but 6, 7, 8 months for a sari to be done. People don't realize it.
Oh, no. These saris which I'm talking about, that 120 knots wala sari, that would take at least 3 years to finish.
There you go. So if a person has spent 3 years, people are willing to pay for computers. People probably pay for large paintings. But when it comes to clothes and what they also don't realize it, these saris probably will outlive them and continue on to the next generation, which they don't realize. It's like your mother's sari coming to you. You never realize it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the sari being such a fluid garment.
Yes.
That any size, and we make sure that our designs are such that any size, any color, person will be able to get.
Okay. Yeah.
We ensure that, especially for the future antiques collection, we ensure that each and every piece is designed in such a way that there is nothing left to chance that it will not look good on something.
Awesome. I want to take the next few minutes and talk about, we've spoken with the brain behind this entire enterprise for so long. I want to talk about the hands and the legs and the bodies behind the people who make all of these. So the weavers. And I want to split this into two. I want to first talk about, and you Belaji, have been working with the weavers at an absolute grassroots level. So there is no helicopter or flight. It's you are on the ground sitting with them. One of the things I want to know from you before I move on to the better part is, what are actually some of the challenges they face on the ground? And please share with the listeners. It's very important for people to know this.
First of all, when we start in any project, my being a woman is a major hurdle.
Really? Even today?
Yeah. So, slowly, I hear them. You have to recognize that for you and me, today is today. For them, today is tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So they are still in yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So I don't blame them. And, initially I used to have a lot of American accent.
Okay.
And because I've lived in America for some time, and I picked up this American accent, and they were thinking, this girl from America, at that time I was a girl. So this girl from America, what does she know?
Yeah.
She doesn't know anything. We know our craft. She's just saying things because, she's I'm my father's daughter, rich father's daughter, kind of a thing. So what does she know? So initially, 1 or 2 orders, I just give it to them, like, karo aap.
Correct.
And then I know that they will make mistakes in that.
Correct.
I give them such a complex piece, looking simple, and then they get stuck over there.
Okay.
And they come back to me and say, we can't do this. And I said, chalo, why can't you do it? Let's discuss this.
I'll show
So that is when they open up that ये ऐसे नहीं हो रहा है, ऐसे अच्छा एक काम करो, ये machine change करके ये machine लगा दो, या ये part change कर दो. And that is when I can literally see that they're stunned, that I can talk their language.
Yeah.
The main thing is to get their trust and not get them, get their backs up. We just have to allow them to be who they are. It's like suddenly somebody comes to my office and tells me that I'm doing this wrong. I'm not going to listen to them.
Correct.
But slowly, slowly, if they demonstrate, then I will listen to them. Then I may decide to follow,
Correct.
or I may decide not to follow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that much respect we have to give it to them. And that is what has been always the challenging part. Just now I'm working on a project where it has been almost like, because of this pandemic, I can't be with them physically.
Correct.
So what has happened is that whatever happens is it's happening via mobile phones.
Oh my God.
So there is no real
Yeah.
feel to it.
I understand.
I'm also not feeling it, and they are also not.
Correct.
Hence, we are not able to progress.
Oh.
So also one of the major hurdles that I do feel, that the consumer awareness,
Yes.
that whatever is the karigar doing, do they understand? When two products of a similar kind are kept in front of them, do they understand which is a higher quality product and which is not a higher quality product? And unless they understand, they will not pay the higher price.
Agree with you.
So that is the challenge which, if you notice on my Facebook or my Insta account or for my LinkedIn account, I'm constantly talking about the difference between the regular piece and the quality, the piece done by a highly skilled karigar.
Yeah.
And I show them, I try to show them, not just talk about it. So when I show them, that is when they realize that, oh, there's such a huge difference. And there is a reason behind this. And once they understand that, they don't mind spending money.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And that challenge, I believe, can happen only if I'm able to create what you call that, whichever technique that I'm talking about, I need to show them the USPs. Say, for example, in Patola, the larger the motif, the more difficult it is.
Correct.
But people don't realize that the reverse is also true. That the smaller the motif, because the area of work is very small.
Absolutely.
So the smaller the motif, with smooth curvature, it's extremely difficult.
Agreed.
So there are two challenges. So they know that, oh, bigger the motif, they'll be willing to pay the extra price for that.
Correct.
But we are creating smaller motifs. They're not able to understand.
Correct.
So these are basically product information.
It's a mindset issue, yeah. So and that's very, very pertinent what you pointed out. I'm sorry we have to take a break right now. However, please don't go away as we get into part 2 of our conversation with Belaa next week, where she talks about weavers being the ornate border of the sari. Belaa also talks about how an international brand is using Indian designs to great effect, how this entire industry probably employs the largest number of technologies, Belaa's passion for patola, and how she believes it is a design in a mathematical language. The feedback that Belaji has received on her work, and how a casual conversation and a chance meeting with the Baroness turned into an opportunity to display her art at the House of Lords. Belaa's turning point in life, her inspiration, and her most satisfying moment, where she got an opportunity to design a sari for none other than Lata Mangeshkarji. What can we as a community do to support the weavers, and how can we do our bit? We finally end our conversation in a rapid fire that's very enjoyable. So please don't go away, stay tuned, and join us next week as we go on part 2 of our journey with Miss Belaa Sanghvi.